On October 4th, 2025, 23-year-old Kada Scott disappeared from her workplace in Philadelphia. The following day, on October 5th, her family reported to the police that she was missing after she never returned home from work. Her coworker overheard her saying to someone on the phone, "I can't believe you're calling me about this." After this phone call, Kada walked to a dark-colored vehicle outside the assisted living facility where she worked and left immediately afterwards. As the investigation into Kada's case ensued, the police learned that she had been receiving harassing calls in the days leading up to her disappearance. The authorities in Pennsylvania have handed over the case to slaying investigators, although they did not think that her life was ended. Since she was last seen, the police said that there have been no cell phone or social media activity from her. She has not reached out to friends or family. The Philadelphia police said that it was likely she did not leave voluntarily. Deputy Commissioner Frank Venore told the outlet, "It's a troubling missing person report. We don't know if foul play was involved, but we certainly see some signs that this person wasn't voluntarily missing." Kada's family had set up a GoFundMe to raise funds for a reward for credible information that leads directly to Kada's safe recovery. Her family said in the fundraiser, "Every dollar raised strengthens our ability to bring her home and encourages anyone with information to come forward." This page is dedicated to raising awareness, supporting search efforts, and ensuring that no lead goes unheard. Meanwhile, friends, family, and strangers were working rigorously to raise awareness about her case, many sharing about her with hashtags, #HelpFindKada and #KadaScott. The authorities said that their search has included an arboretum property and K-9 units deployed into a heavily wooded area. The FBI has also joined the search. 11 days after Kada went missing, on October 15th, 21-year-old Keon King was arrested on kidnapping charges. He was placed in custody at the Curran Fromhold Correctional Facility, where he is being held on $2.5 million bail. On Saturday, October 18th, the investigators acted on a tip, and the case took a tragic turn. Kada's remains were discovered 2 weeks after she disappeared in a wooded area behind an abandoned school. King's charge were then upgraded to slaying. He is also charged with robbery, theft, violation of the Uniform Firearms Act, possessing an instrument of crime, tampering with evidence, abuse of corpse, conspiracy and obstruction of justice. Arson, causing catastrophe, conspiracy, unauthorized use of an automobile, and recklessly endangering another person are other charges filed against King. Text exchanges discovered during the investigation were shedding light on how Kada may have known King and how he was the last person to be in contact with her. The prosecutors said that Kada and King briefly knew each other. Court documents obtained revealed alleged text exchanges between the two and shed light on the last few moments before Kada vanished. The two began communicating on October 2nd and continued until her disappearance. In that first exchange, Kada received a text from a number where the sender said it was their new number. When Kada asked the sender who they were, the sender said it was Kel, whom the investigators have since identified as King. In one text message to King on the morning of October 4th, Kada reportedly said, "Kidnap me again?" In response, King texted, "Better be up too." The two then planned to meet later that night. The phone that King allegedly used was registered to another person. The medical examiner's office announced on October 23rd that Kada was fatally shot to her head. Kada's remains were found in the woods behind an abandoned location, where the investigators said that they tracked King's cell phone during the time a 2008 black Hyundai Accent hatchback in question was burned. Video evidence recovered led the investigators to believe that the vehicle was used by King to move Kada. The footage taken from a recreation center nearby, the school shows the vehicle was on location at all of the pertinent points of the investigation. A person was spotted in the surveillance video exiting the vehicle and walking through the playground towards the fence line between the rec center and the school. The vehicle was reported stolen on October 3rd after a delivery driver left it running and unlocked when a man dressed in all black entered the vehicle and drove off, and was on the scene where Kada's remains were found. The video evidence indicates that the vehicle was burned on October 7th, after two individuals approached another vehicle nearby and removed a heavy object, consistent with a human body, from the passenger side the previous day. On November 8th, the community gathered to celebrate the life of Kada at a funeral service. just 10 days before what would have been her 24th birthday. Mount Airy Church of God in Christ was filled not only with her friends and family, but also with people who didn't even know her, and yet were touched by her end. Herlene Seymour said, "I think everybody has a Kada in their family. I have granddaughters. So, I'm here to support the family." As Kada's family prepared to lay her to rest, they wanted to focus on the kind of person she was, rather than what happened to her. Kada's Aunt Jana Allen said, "It's upsetting that tragedy had to come this way, but on today we're not looking at that. We're going to celebrate who she was becoming. She enjoyed fashion, she studied at Penn State University. She was a beautiful spirit, a warm heart." The guests were asked to wear pink, Kada's favorite color, so that the service felt like a celebration of life. There was dancing, joyful music, and rounds of applause, but plenty of emotional moments as well. Even though everyone hoped for a different outcome, the outpouring of support for the family during that time was the reason they decided to have a public funeral. Bridget Eaton said, "I wanted to come out and support the family because I am about embracing peace within the community, and given that this was such a tragic loss, I just wanted to show my respects." Kim Herring, a friend of one of Kada's aunts, said, "It means a lot that everybody's sticking together and everybody coming together as one, so it means a lot to the family." Mayor Sherelle Parker spoke during the service, announcing plans to establish an internship for the city in Kada's name. Mayor Parker said, "To ensure that her legacy truly lives on and it serves as a sense of motivation and inspiration for future generations of Kada Scotts." Although the focus was on Kada's life, her family wants justice. King has an alleged pattern of behavior, including strangulation and kidnapping. Since King's arrest, the investigators said they have uncovered similar accusations against him. He was charged with kidnapping and strangulation earlier this year in a domestic case. Those charges were withdrawn when his alleged victim did not show up into court, but the prosecutors have said they'll be refiled. Other alleged victims of King have come forward. A video was posted on social media of an hour before King allegedly kidnapped the woman, threw her in a car, assaulted her, and then let her out of the vehicle. King's 2-year-old child was in the back seat of the car during the incident. King has yet to enter a plea, according to online court records, which also did not indicate attorney information. Kada's family has requested privacy at this time. Philadelphia City Council member Anthony Phillips said that they are working with Kada's family and are accepting donations, including toiletries, self-care, meal delivery services, and non-perishable food items for Kada's parents and her sister, who is in high school and working to pay for her college. Phillips said, "Kada Scott mattered, her life matters." He added that she is being remembered for her kindness and contagious joy and smile and wonderfulness.